So here's my rooming module. Look how different this looks. But this is what your school will basically look like throughout the day. You're going to have multiple groups open, multiple teachers in the groups, um, kids waiting for check-in, different ratios are listed here. So we have a ratio of 1 to 4, we have a ratio of 1 to 8, a ratio of 1 to 12, etc. They're all organized by ratio.
Okay.
So where we left off was you had confirmed a pending check-in request. So you had basically, looked at your flashing kangaroos and confirmed the check-ins there. What I do want to show you while we're in here, while we're in my account, is how to clock in and out from the rooming module. So if we back up a minute and talk about how a teacher would clock in from the rooming module, I would click the blue clock in and out button. I would find my name and I would put my PIN number in, and I would hit clock in. And as a teacher, I'm officially clocked in.
Okay.
The photo shows up here on the right-hand side, and I can then either open up a new group, like you did, Mary, in the beginning, or if I just need to help out in another group, I can add myself to that group. So the infant 2 group is out of ratio, and we know that because it's in red, and they're out of ratio by 4. But watch what happens when I move myself into that group. So I'm going to click my photo. I'm going to click the red part of this circle. I'm going to be added to that group. And now we're back in ratio. So we're at a 1 to 4, 8 kids in there, and there's 0 open spots. So that's what these numbers mean. In infant 1, there are 7 kids in there and 5 open spots. The ratio is 1 to 4, but there's 3 teachers in there, so we could accommodate 12 kids.
Okay.
So if I need to just double check these kids to see if I should be checking them in or confirming their check-in request, I'm going to select my photo and hit check-in. And I see these 2 pending check-in requests here. And if I wanted to confirm them, if I were their teacher and I needed to confirm them, I would just select the photos to the right over here. If I click these, I'm not going to right now, but if I do click them, then the pending check-in requests will no longer be pending, they'll be completed.
Okay.
Again, from the view that I'm looking at, this is a list of all of the kids in the entire school who are not already checked in. I can see that there are 2 kids whose parents have marked them as absent, and that displays here. But if for some reason they do show up, I could still check them in.
Okay.
I'm going to X out of this real quick. I'm going to look at, I'm going to click the white part of my infant 2 circle. So if I wanted to see if any kids need to be checked in here, I'm going to select my photo and click check in. And I have that 1 kiddo. I don't see 2 kids that need to be checked in anymore because 1 isn't in my group. 1 is, but the other 1 is in a different primary group, so I don't need to worry about them. That's another teacher's responsibility. So I have 1 child on this list that needs to be checked in, and all I would do is select this photo, indicating that Steve Barnes is the one that is dropping off the child.
Okay.
I'm going to just X out of this for now. Okay, so from here we can do a lot of different things. We can take photos of the kids. We can do daily notes for the kids. But let me orient you a little bit more to what we're looking at here. We have some kids that need a bottle feeding. So there's bottles flashing. We have kids that need a diaper change. They have diapers flashing. We have 1 child who's currently napping. There's Z's over their face right now.
Okay.
I also have a message that I should be checking. I have an envelope flashing over my face. So this teacher, if she tries to check my messages, she can't. We know that if you're sharing a tablet, it might be tempting to try and look at each other's messages. But if she tries to check, if you try and check messages, you have to select which teacher is trying to check your message, right? So if I select this teacher and then hit messages, I have to put my PIN number in. So if I don't know the other teacher's PIN number, I can't check their messages.
Right.
So I would only be able to check my messages by putting my 4-digit PIN number in. Then I'd be able to see my messages, respond, reply to parents or employees that messaged me.
So parents can send a message to a specific teacher in this app?
only if you've given them privileges to have messages. So I'll go back into my rooming module here. I'm actually going to pick a different room. This is a great room, but there's a lot going on in there. I want a little more of a simple one. I also want one with a child with a yellow circle. Do you remember what the yellow circle means here? Any idea there?
I do not remember,
Yep.
no.
I probably haven't said it yet. That's probably why. um, the yellow circles indicate that this child has an allergy.
Oh, okay.
So it helps kind of give your teachers a heads up that a child in that room has an allergy. So let's say that this is someone helping with meal prep over here, this person, they go, okay, that's right, these two kiddos have allergies. I need to be careful about that. Of course, they've probably already received an allergy roster with all that information on it, but this is a visual reminder too that these kiddos have allergies.
Okay.
So let's take a closer look. I'm going to go into preschool 3. So I'm technically not this teacher, but I'm going to pretend that this teacher is me. I'm going to be Linda for today. This child, if I want to get more information about her allergies, I can click her photo. And this child info tab turns purple. So I'm going to click that. So I can tell that this child is allergic to peanuts. Right off the bat, I don't have to click on anything else. I know they're allergic to peanuts. If I want more details, I can click on their medical tab and click peanuts, and it gives me all the rest of those details.
Okay.
So Mary, this should look a little bit familiar. This is basically the child's profile from the main menu view when you click on families.
Right.
So for teachers in the rooming module, it's just read only. They can read and view this information, but they can't be the ones to edit it unless they have the right privileges.
Okay.
So you can view, as a teacher, you can view all this information. You can view the primary group, the birth date, when to expect that this child will be dropped off and picked up, which days they're supposed to be attending, emergency contact information if it's entered in. Again, I can't edit it from here. I'm not supposed to be able to edit it, but I can view it.
Okay.
I can view family information. I can see the primary account holder, the guardian that's been invited to have an account, and I can see that they have check-in and out privileges. And I can see any siblings that are related to this child.
Okay.
And what classroom they're assigned to.
Okay.
Daily notes, if this child has had any daily notes. I have no idea if this kiddo does. I'm going to try and find one. Back it up a little bit here. Okay, so I do have some notes that have been taken for this child. This is not how I create notes. This is just how I view kind of the records of their previous daily notes. I can look at a summary here, line by line summary, or I can look at a PDF version of the daily note that the parent received as well automatically, and we'll go over that. So this would be a photo. We took a blank photo for some reason, but these would be real photos that your teachers have taken throughout the day.
Okay.
So again, this is just for viewing purposes here. I can also view internal notes. When you're in the child's profile in the families module, so if you have families privileges, you can view more details than this. You can click on the title of the internal note and see those details. But here, as a teacher in the rooming module, I can only see that these notes exist. And if I need more information, I'm going to go to someone who has that privilege, maybe an administrator or lead teacher that has privileges to look at that information.
Okay.
All right, so that's basically the child info in rooming. Any questions there?
No.
Okay. So I X'd out of that. So here, again, just to orient you to this screen, I suppose, pre-3 room, 1:16 ratio. If I were out of ratio for some reason, I'm not, because I only have 5 kids in there and I have 11 open spots based on that. But if I needed to put a child somewhere because I was out of ratio, I could look at this little dashboard view over here of the other groups and see where someone had room for them.
Oh.
So over here, there's 5 spots available, 0 spots available, 3 spots available.